and welcome to ANB Bronze. I'm not sure which round we're up to. This will be part one of a series. In this one I've had a couple of requests recently. One is to do something with Warrior and another is to do dual class, so we'll get those both out the way in this series. So by dual class, what we mean by that is doing the experience farming part on one class, then deleting the character and doing the push with a different class, as we need to leave time to level a second character to 70. The character that gets deleted, their champion levels and all the materials that they farmed will remain on the event character slot, even with the character deleted, so we can pick those up with a new character when we create them. It is a risky way of playing and it can get very expensive with gems. I don't recommend that you go down this route, but it has been requested. The reason that it's risky is that it's too easy to get yourself banned accidentally with your crafting. The reason for that, there are items that can be used by all three classes, namely your cape and the trinkets, and when ANB results are being verified at the end, the devs are looking at the number of crafts done with the push character, and they're looking at your gear, and we know, if you've watched the crafting high level gear video, that the expected distribution for over 64 crafts is 171 3272s, 1673s, 874s, 475s, 276s and 177. So if you suddenly rock up with 377 or 277s and 576s or 476s, that's going to look very off to them and you will get yourself banned. It's considered a crafting exploit. So what I will be doing is ensuring that anything that is crafted with our event warrior for experience farming, that nothing that character crafts will be used on the push character, so hopefully we can avoid any accidents. Similarly, if you were to craft a warrior, get your 77, delete that warrior, craft another, create another warrior, look for another 77 off that and keep repeating, that will get you banned as well as crafting exploit. Absolutely fine to do that outside of ANB events, but within ANB it's considered an exploit because of the cheap crafting costs and how quickly you can get things done. So it will get you banned if you do that in ANB, but perfectly fine outside ANB. Rewards are the same all the way up to Troll 130 for ANB characters, so the only difference comes in the medals that get rewarded. So they go as far as the top 1000, and they tend to be more of the defensive medals for bronze. This is the only medal that I have any interest in because I farm experience outside of ANBs quite a bit as well. We've got 9 days and bronze is a 12-hour playtime there, which when we do this dual class, we won't, when I delete the warrior, we won't get another 12 hours. We'll have whatever's left on the clock after doing the experience farming from the warrior part. And final part before we kick off, you'll see that I've left the daily reward calendar item uncollected. I have not collected any of the daily quests, so these blue exclamation marks indicating daily quests, we'll collect those once the event character is level 70. So let's jump in and create a hero. So we're going to start with warrior. Let's just call him Dual EXP or something. He's not going to survive the entire event, and we'll get going into Shores of Hope. Going to be slow to start with. Got a charge, will do that. I haven't decided yet how many ability slots I'm going to unlock, upgrade slots, which is how this can end up getting very expensive, particularly if you do this in, say, gold, where it probably makes more sense if you've got limited play time, much more limited than the 12 hours we've got here. ANB Gold has 6 hours. The reason I've chosen Warrior for the experience farming is it is the best class by a long way for experience farming. So I'm going to unlock a full inventory row. These are cheap in ANB events, so even though this character's only hanging around for experience farming, it'd be nice to be able to collect or do multiple trial runs before we need to do a salvage. I'm going to remove all his gear since all of that's horrible, and we'll get rid of that. I'll start arranging things in the order that I normally have them. I think these need to be level 5, don't they? Yes, so we can't unlock anything else there. I'm going to unlock this, it's 400, and I think the next one's 600, and I don't want to blow 900. Ugh, I'm not blowing that many. So what have we got? Charge, yes, and rending slash. Key skill to get unlocked is Whirlwind at 25, and we want that at level 10 as quickly as possible, but we can get to 70 without it being level 10, but I really wouldn't want to do the main experience farm without that being at 10. I'm going to unlock a second companion slot. I'm not going to go with 3. We're going to have Eileen and Marcus as our 2 companions. I don't want Robin because he freezes enemies and that's just going to get annoying. And we need to collect, before we get going, let's give ourselves some gold. 25,000 is enough to get us to 70 if we spend it wisely. I buy all 3 of these small crates, and you might think, why do I want a tailoring crate with bolts of silk? Silk is used in crafting capes, and we will be crafting capes for the warrior, so we want some silk, so that will cover that, and then it gets us a load of lesser essence. We've got iron bars in the next one, that's used in warrior armour, so we want those, and again loads of lesser essences, and I believe the leather will be used in trinkets, so we want cursed leather as well, so we'll want 3 of those, one of those, so all 3 of them gets us hopefully the materials we need to get to level 70. And a 200% EXP booster, although we could probably get away with 100%. We're going to get quite a few of these, but we'll get 1 for now. So I will pause the video while I open all that and get the inventory things sorted out, and then we'll meet back up for crafting the first set of gear. And we're back. So I sold the grey gear rather than salvage it because we don't get much useful materials from that. Weapons, we'll go with normal. Should take a sword with haste and experience. That's what I normally use when I'm leveling up. Yeah. Take the sword. Should we dual wield swords? I guess we should be tough enough. We could craft a shield if toughness is a problem, but I think the character will be tough enough. So let's take a couple of swords, both with experience and haste. Armour is heavy armour, just normal. I'm going to do my usual and see how that goes. It's been so long since I've leveled up a warrior. But we're just going with rare gear. Shoulders. Pants, we always put experience and movement speed, and same with our boots. So we can move a bit more quickly, and then gloves we will... Oh, I've not... Go with these ones, haste and experience. And what else do we need? A regular cape with experience, haste. See, we've got silk in there, so it was handy buying that crate with silk in it. A regular bracer. We'll go experience, haste again. We don't get many iron bars. Hopefully we'll pick up a few along the way. Experience, haste on a regular belt. And finally trinkets. I'm going to go with Fire Lily for the 1 to 70 process. We'll flip over to a crit build for the main experience farming. For maximum damage we'd want a legendary. Experience, haste, physical, these are going to be very, very low values. Haste, experience, physical, we'll stick some extra gold in there, why not? Where are you? Up there. So we need to craft some mithril, and we're going to need another one for the other trinket that we craft. Essence of fire, we can convert 40 of our lesser essences up into essence. So we'll do that. We'll use this all the way through to level 70. We don't need to recraft anything there. And Vial of the Wind Spirit, which is very strong at low levels as well. So we'll take those with the same stats. So we can equip out our character. I'm not bothering with jewellery at this stage. I tend to craft jewellery at around level 20, and then around level 40 and around level 60 when levelling to 70. And it will just be haste and experience probably, assuming they're going to be working fine. Do have the 2 unlocked abilities on their way to level 3, but we don't need to wait for them to level up. This is going to be the first event since side quests are added back in, so we're going to see those as well as the regular quests. Brave the ruins and find Marcus. I don't think quest over there pops up just yet, because that quest will be at this map, so that'll be our first side quest added in with the daily. So, Ruins of the Dead. At least we can sort of charge a bit.
Hey, where'd you go?
I'm not going to bother going up there for a chest.
A strong
10-minute book of learning. And that's that level done. So we've unlocked a few things here, so we can unlock this slot, and I guess we'll put in cleave into there. Lightning reflexes, only because we've got the slot available. We can unlock that one, and that needs to be level 10. We've got deadly throw. I'm not going to be using it for long. I'm not going to level the ability up. Priority is getting whirlwind to level 10 so we can drag enemies around with us at level 10. So that's that quest complete. And we can now collect this loot from the daily calendar. I'm not going to use it. We'll just stick it in inventory. It's there as materials for later. And I will stick that book of learning down there. Red will go there. That's sell. That's salvage. And we'll just continue on. So we'll collect Marcus at the end of this level. Ah, quack, yes. So you... We'll collect these rather than wait for him to catch up at the end of the level. And get those all off these opening groups. Let's go give them to Quack. Done. Oh, there we go. And how well is Deadly Throw going to work? Very well. So we have Marcus. It has automatically added him. I don't think we need to inspect him, but just in case it wanted us to, we've done that. New quest onwards to Andera, and we'll now have a side quest or two over here. So that will get us a ring that we'll just instantly sell, and a bowl of mushroom stew. Level 7. What is our gear looking like? Level 2 weapons. What I'll do is craft some new weapons only. We can get away with running one level. Couple of swords. There's one, there's two. Don't want to get too out of sync with the weapons to the armour, but that will be good enough. So the good thing with these side quests being added back in at the same time as your main playthrough is we get a free 100% booster for doing one of this mushroom stew. We need to come down here, so we are going to be a bit slower than usual through this section, but doesn't really matter. 12 hours, very difficult to use up. So we got those done. That will just get us a ring, but we get some gems as well. Come up here and collect mushrooms as we work our way through, even though they're not yet highlighting that one has. Collect 10 of those and we will be getting a free 100% EXP booster. Has that done the mushrooms? One to collect, there we go. Can't be bothered with that chest back there. We'll get this one, we'll charge them and... oh. That fire lily certainly helps. Okay, so reach level 10, we get small treasure. I'm not going to open it because we're crafting gear, so we'll save that for level 70. So that when we open it, it will be level 70 gear that drops out, and we'll get better salvage materials as a result. That is all sell. Start arranging these. Turn in that quest, pick up abandoned farm, turn in Morgan's quest, mushroom stew we can turn in, so we get our 100% experience for 15 minutes. Not that we are using that, so we'll just stick that in a stash and take that back to the main account probably. I normally have it somewhere around there. That's all sell stuff, and we're going to replace all of the gear with the exception of those two. Even though we've just crafted these weapons, we'll keep them in sync with the armour. If you're not running a fire lily, then you probably need to craft every 5 levels rather than every 10 that I'm doing here. It's about the only benefit that we're going to see from this. So I will craft these all on camera, and then future crafts, since it's all going to be exactly the same every time, I don't think we need to cover that each time. So experience haste, we'll have 2 swords and just regular armour. Tunic, pads, pants. Oh no, don't want that, we want movement speed on the pants. Boots, and we have gloves there. With haste, we'll come back to our normal cape, a normal bracer, and a normal belt. That should be the movement speed ones. Where are we? Level 12. So I think it would be good to, what have we got here? Shield block and in the zone. Neither of which we'll be using for experience farming. I'm going to upgrade this and endurance. I'm not going to use the 10-minute book on them, and save that for when we've got whirlwind going. Try and reduce upgrade times on that as much as possible. Where are we? Click on things that we can now unlock. So we will put in some toughness. And we'll continue. Could go run trials. I want to stick with story for a bit. Even though this is a slow map that's going to take a minute to complete.
I don't think this one was raggedy. Oh, yeah.
Or just over a minute. It's about 1:06, I think, this map.
Gemstone.
It would just be nice to have Eileen with us when we run into trolls. Plus I haven't decided if we're going to level up in trolls or just at Severed Mountain. Severed Mountain is a very tedious way of levelling up. And that's that. I think what I'll do is we'll run through to Severed Mountain. I'll show you how I level up there and then maybe run a trial and see how that goes. Defiler. Okay, that's handy. So we've got some materials to ensure that we don't run out of things. We're up to 15. So we have unlocked tough as now. So what have we got there? Using deadly throw at the moment, so might as well keep that, but that'll be better for trolls later, I think. See if we can get past there without pulling aggro on them, but we do need to deal with the frogs because they will keep respawning, and a few from around here. Thank you.
On my way. Boom. Bad guys ahead.
And this group as well. It's definitely slower at the start than if we were doing this with any other class. Oh well, since I've come in here we'll get that chest. Thank you Violent Wind Spirit for taking care of things there. Interesting that they didn't die in one. Suggests that when we reach the end of this level we might have to deal with millions of spawning enemies. I'll throw in deadly throw and a charge. No. Although it killed them, we ended up with this lot spawning as well. Okay, that one at the bottom got bored and wandered off. We're up to level 20, that's Troll 2 unlocked. We get dungeon keys, I'm not going to use those here. And we got a chest, so we'll stick that one in there with that. Dungeon keys up there. This is all sell stuff. That's quest items, and then I can shove that up there when that's ready.
Nothing like the forest.
Get rid of that now. What have we got going on there? Not bad. Soliana. Okay, that's fine. Main quest and a side quest. Duelist. Oh, we can unlock a third slot, can we? And we can unlock a third slot there. Let's have some movement speed in there. Shield block or in the zone. We're not using a shield though, are we? I'm going to leave that empty for now. It's going to get whirlwind in there soon enough. Level 20, just about okay gear wise. The 1 to 70 speed isn't that as important as you think it is. It's entirely what you do after you've hit 70 as to how well your event will go. Thank you. Deal with them. Collect that chest, why not?
On my way.
That has completed the side quests, so we just come down here and finish the level. So I will pause the video as we craft a new set of gear, because everything that we've got is now underpowered. As we've hit level 23, I might need to restart the game as well, because that was getting a bit draggy and laggy. So all of this gear that I'm removing is getting replaced with level 23 or better stuff. Celerity unlocked. Okay, meet back up once I've crafted new gear. And welcome back. Level 23, I forgot at level 20 I normally add in some jewellery. That's now done. I've got 2 power, 1 experience uncommon rings fused together to make a power and experienced rare, and exactly the same with the 2 rings. I stuck power on the gloves by mistake rather than haste, but everything else is experience haste apart from boots and pants, which are movement speed. So I think what I'll do is we'll level to 30 at Severed Mountain and then take a look at some trials. If we get trial 3 unlocked for reaching level 30. Now the way I do this, without engaging, I've cast Portal on this first group of enemies. We can just kill them, get some experience and leave. It's a very tedious way of levelling up, but you can get things done nice and quickly. Getting through your groups. I might not go as far as level 30 recording this because it's going to be extremely boring. We'll wait for those materials to fly in, or some gold. We're up to 25 that way. Let's take a look at trial 2 as well, see which is looking like the more efficient, less boring way of doing things. These are all going to be one-hit kills. So problem is that we're running around one group at a time at the moment, which is why that severed mountain approach is probably a bit faster. Or I could carry on with story. We've reached 26 now. That's, round up a fair few because the wind spirit was about to trigger, and incredibly we haven't got enough enemies so far to pull out the dragon. This group will do it. The way that I did that, Trials is going to be much slower than Story for levelling. So that's one question answered. Let's have a quick look at the store, see if there's anything worth splashing out on. Absolutely not. Yes. They're handy for getting some gemstones ready for some jewellery later. So we can open those. That's handy. We'll open that as well. We have a chest, so we'll put the chest in there. As far as gemstones in here, we'll throw these in the same order that they're in the inventory. Have things looking nice and pretty. A couple of brilliants. Let's stick them in some gear that we'll be using for a while. So what do we want to do? We have unlocked Whirlwind. We're definitely taking that. So Whirlwind and what to level up? Tough as Nails is now level 2. Fleet Footed is done. Let's take Frenzy with Whirlwind, since we'll be using both of those for experience farming, and we can get both of those instantly to level 2, and we'll start upgrading them to level 3. So Frenzy we want to level up because it will give us an attack speed boost eventually, and obviously I've mentioned a few times Whirlwind at level 10, dragging everything around with us, which makes Trials much quicker to play. Might as well push on with Story. I might split the video into a few parts. That's those dealt with. We'll come back here for some gold farming as well, for some initial experience gear possibly, but certainly for getting gold for crafting experience farming experience farming jewelry. Handy thing is, with all the side quests in, we can collect those and get things that will help us along the way. So more materials, always good. What did we unlock here? Shockwave. Yeah. What is that doing? 150%. That's doing 260. That's doing more damage around us, but let's start arranging things as they're going to be. Level 51 and 57 for the last two skills that we need to unlock for the experience farm build. Let's try and deal with these. Sticking frenzy in there seems to have slowed us down. That's one side dealt with. Let's not stand in the way of anything, just in case. And we'll get the other side quests done through killing that group. Anyway, we're up to 35, so that is new armour and weapons time. Demons minions got us some gems and a bit of experience. We get another chest to put away to open when we're 70. I'll pick up these new quests. We're not going to use Robin, but another experience booster, 100% for 20 minutes. Obviously we need to collect the quest. I will pause the video. We've got a lot of gear here that needs replacing, so I will do that and we will meet back up. And welcome back. So new gear crafted. You might think, why have I got an epic in there? The reason for that, if you remember earlier on, the gauntlets I had never even crafted uncommon on those. On the previous set of crafting I thought, well, if I craft those I'm going to get a free upgrade to the rares, which gave me experience and power, which was why those ones were different last time. So I then crafted hasten experience this time around and got epic unlocked, which threw in an extra gold stat to go with it, but everything else is as it has been throughout. I know this isn't the fastest way of leveling up, but I'm thinking running story and side quests as far as on World 2. I think it's Canyon of Whispers, and the side quest there gives a free gemstone pack, so those will always come in handy, since these are good for our jewellery and any sockets that we get. So I'm going to stick with story. Frenzy and Whirlwind are up to level 3, they're on their way to 4. Good thing with getting Frenzy to level 3 is that our attacks now increase movement speed and attack speed. So I probably dropped that in one level too early, but we're good now on those. So as we go around using our Frenzy, we can see that it's giving us stacks there. Oh, why is there still stuff alive back there? Just in case you're not sure how to investigate these, if you click on your avatar icon up the top, you can see what all the effects on you are doing. Similarly, you can do that on an enemy if they've got debuffs on them. You can click on their icon and it will show you. We do need to deal with these. We'll knock on this door because that's the quest. We'll do a bit of whirlwind through here because it's going to hopefully kill things as we go. So even taking this slow approach to 70 isn't going to harm our overall champion levels. We'll get over 2000, hopefully with comparative ease. He says, famous last words. And we're through that. Up to level 41 already. Okay, we're good for another level. 10-minute book. Good. I want to stick the 10-minute book down, not in there. In there. We'll get a cape that we're not going to use. We'll get a booster which we might use, or I might use that on the whatever class we use to level up, whichever class we're going to use for push. I'm going to salvage all of that now just to get it out of the inventory. Torches of the descent, we'll need to light those. Greater experience and some currency boosters, those will come in handy when we do some farming after level 70. What was I going to look at? Store, see if anything good has come out. Absolutely not. So let's just carry on with our leisurely run to 70. There's our first one. So if you're not aware, you get little blue dots on the mini map if you're not quite sure where you need to be heading to do those. We'll get this chest, why not? This one back here. Only by looking at that mini map that I realised. We should have two of them around here. As long as we're up to 5, I know where the last 2 are. They're either end of the bridge at the bottom of this section, so. Oh dear. We're probably not going to break aggro on them, are we? That is the problem with Viola Wind Spirit. If it blows up something a long way away from where you were, bit of backtracking. So there's the second from last, and the last one's just up here, and we can see that blue dot there. Bounty Hunter this level is about 30 seconds. About 35 to 40 for a mage. Obviously you can do it much faster with warrior with leap unlocked, but we don't have that yet, so up to level 45, almost 15 minutes played, so that's not bad. Going, we'll collect those. If my brain's working, we do need to recraft, so I shall do that and we shall meet back up. And another 10-minute book. Don't need to see inventory management. See you again shortly. And welcome back. Occurred to me we're over level 45, so I've replaced the jewellery. I just took whatever came along with some experience. We've got extra gold this time on a necklace, we've got extra gold on one ring, and we've got power on the other. Apart from that, everything else is as we have been crafting. We're all back on track, just movement speed, experience or hasten experience across the board. In terms of stats, we've got 5 hits per second and we are running at 1728 EXP per level. So I guess another slow map that's going to take 1 minute to complete. Hopefully we'll be able to kill Broken Dragon on the next one relatively quickly. I don't like the way the character isn't attacking. Makes me think, is the mouse working properly? I'm not too worried while we're doing story. We'll just run around and auto attack this slot down, I think, for now. If I see the next set of elites spawn, then I shall perhaps use some abilities. I don't really see the point at this stage. It's not going to speed the map up at all. There's the elites. And we're through that. So that got us to 48. Very close to getting Leap unlocked. We're going to have 2 quests here. Broken Dragon, which gives us 10 gems, and this one gives us a nice pile of gems as well. 7 gems from that one for collecting the red crystals as we go through. So again, they will show up as blue dots on the map but they're quite easy to spot, those giant red crystals on this map. There's more than enough of them for you to keep clicking on them as you run around. Let's not go too slowly though. Don't want to miss too many out of those. Interesting that it's not showing side quest progress. Oh, now it is. Because I mention it. I can't remember which key I normally have charge on. I've been launching Deadly Throw when I've been expecting to charge, so perhaps I normally have that on too. Not that I play Warrior that much, apart from the occasional experience farming run when I want to break it up from Mage on the main account. So our last crystal's there. Get rid of them. This is worthwhile winding through just because of those things. I'll Deadly Throw these. And since the dragon will have all its special attacks unlocked... Oh, that was handy. I was worried we might have to deal with lava pools and things. But no. And level 52, that's handy. Because that gives us leap. So I'm going to throw that into there. Level 50, large treasure, more crafting materials, all good. Nothing extra unlocked there, and we'll look at Robin, but we're not going to use or level up in any manner whatsoever. That can go up there, that can go in here with that. I am keeping hold of that jewellery. I don't think it will cause any account problems in levelling the push character to 70 if we keep hold of those, because it's not going to impact on the leaderboards in terms of crafting, so I'm happy to take that risk. Crystals of the Dragon is complete. We've now unlocked the daily quest. I'm not going to collect the daily quest because I want to save those until we're 70, and Extreme Prejudice will automatically complete too soon. I think that is just a certain number of enemy healers. I think we can start skipping bits of maps now that we have leap, so hopefully we can just leap up here. Let's see if that's going to work. Yes. Hurrah! Oh, thank you for pulling things with you. There we go. So that completes Moon Landing. That's that quest done. Next one is Dangerous Journey. So it's as far as Canyon of Whispers. Here's our gemstone selection. This is the one that we wanted. And so it's Rain of Fire. We'll collect these. There's more than enough of them on the map. We'll just get them out the way early. I'm fairly sure that I would normally have whirlwind on button 1. So I might have a rethink of the skill setup when we do our next set of crafts, which hopefully will be at the end of this level. Oh, what am I doing? Let's get rid of that. We'll do a leap onto them, not that that's going to do much at this stage. If we had a couple of fury items, that would help. But that's what we wanted. Fiery remnants for the gemstone selection. Level 55. Nice pile of extras there. Throw that one up there. What's junk? That's for sale. 100% booster to go there. That to go there. We'll sell them, salvage the rest. Oh. I'll only sell those and salvage the rest. And I really need new gear. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'll pause the video, I'll craft the new gear. I don't think I'm going to run story any further. I'm going to come back to Severed Mountain and just kill that first group of enemies over and over just to get to 70. And since that'll be utterly boring to play and even more boring to watch, I won't record that, so we'll meet up again once we're at level 70 just to wrap up this video. And welcome back. So I've hit level 70. There were a few issues along the way. You'll see stories moved along to Stairway to Lavania. That's because every time we leave the portal to do a new quest or a new map, it's going to keep taking us to the next active story steps. So even though we were back here originally, I forgot to select down here and click into Severed Mountain a couple of times, which forced the story along a bit. And a couple of times on Severed Mountain I cast charge too quickly after casting portal, which caused the portal not to cast, and then I had to go and complete the rest of the level. So apart from that, we've got through and we're up to 70. Managed to get up to 92,000 gold from those runs. It's not the fastest 1 to 70 you'll ever see me do, but it's been a very long time since I've leveled a warrior to 70, probably about 18 months. So at level 70 we get our first custom ephemeral cube. I'll keep hold of that for now until we've got a few of those. I think I'll wrap up this video at this point. Let's just have a quick look at the store, see if there's anything worth grabbing. There was the 200% experience and 200% currency boosters, which I did grab as I leveled up. That's not too bad, but I'm not going to get it. It's level 55. I'll take this because these are normally 99 each, so 3 for 125, although I think in ANB they might be reduced to 75. We'll check that in a moment once we've seen the rest of the store offers, which is probably just stuff to completely and utterly ignore from here on in. I definitely don't want to get that because that's going to be level 70 gear. That's not too bad if you're after those cubes, but you can collect those relatively quickly. within 1 month. If you do every ANB event in a month, you'll get 3 of those. Hopefully, if you get through the rewards, you'll get 1 for completing trial 50, another at trial 60, and a third at 65. Let's just double check on those. No, they are still 99 gems each, so 3 for 125's one of the few good deals, so yes, I was right to take that. 1 champion level at the moment. What I'll do, it's Friday at the moment, I'm not going to play the character in any map at all until at least Monday or Tuesday after Easter, but I will be sitting here. I'm going to be levelling up Whirlwind and probably Charge. I've got Charge on its way to 4 at the moment, then I'll just take those 2 together and level them. Or do I want to take Leap? One of them, Leap, once it's at 10, I think will tether the enemies to us for Leap, so it might be better to do Leap and Whirlwind rather than Charge. We'll be playing on the Fury set, so we'll get our Storm of Swords damage coming through eventually, with these set bonuses, so various things, and we'll have tornadoes spawning with 4 pieces, and we'll get an extra charge and leap once we've got full 6 set of Fury. Hopefully I'm going to make the first set using ephemeral cubes. It's perfectly possible to do all our experience farming in epic gear. We'll be able to do all the necessary stats from epic gear, and then depending on how materials are looking as we go along, I could add in some extra gold and make legendary gear. But I do need to make sure that we're going to have enough materials for a push character after this. So, although we're champion level 1 at the moment, as well as levelling up those abilities over the weekend, I have daily quests, which you saw that I didn't collect on the main account. I can go back and collect those and run those now, and then I'll come back and turn them in on this character, so this character will get the benefit of all the experience and gold, which will build up this nicely, and we'll get a bunch of champion levels for free as we go along. So I guess that will end this video, which I think has been quite a long one. If you've got any questions or comments, feel free to put them down below. It's definitely not the most efficient way of getting to 70, but I don't care. It's not your 1 to 70 time that matters. As I've said before, it's what we do from this point onwards that counts as to how far we can get in ANB. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again for part 2.